Oh, hello. What's going on, everybody? We're so back. And by we're so back, it means it's 6 o'clock. It's time for feedback. I have cheese. I have water. I'm ready to do this. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We don't have a ton of submissions as of yet, but I have a feeling that will change as we go along. Messing with growth speeds and watching this? Hell yeah. Dude, I really wish I could use growth speed, but I actually... It's like... I don't know. I just don't want to pay the money for it. Like, it's a fun effect plugin, but like... I don't know. I feel like you can just get most of the way there with everything else. It's nice to have stuff that's built into FL, though. What's up, Tincho? I didn't see a submission from you. Should send something else. What's up, Mo? What's up? Alright, let's get into the feedback. Starting off with Paulo. And I don't have pen or paper here.
I got you up in my mind like the stars in the sky, shining the light in my watering eyes. Yeah, I'm clearly lost when it comes to goodbyes. So say that you'll stay here tonight. Just like California, in the summertime by the beach where we first met. Yeah, I was falling for ya. There was something so sweet about the way you said, hold my hand, don't let go. Tell me that tonight is never ending. Hold my heart, touch my soul. Tell me that we'll always keep ascending. Don't let go.
Whoa! Damn, we're off to a good start today. Woo! Goddamn, Joseph Kinetic. Really good start. Really good start. That's sick. One, unique. I really like that. It feels like you guys are taking elements from other things that already exist, but you're doing it your own way. Cool. Let me write one more thing. Okay. Firstly, like overall, I think the placement and the sound selection is all in a really good place. So don't worry too much about that. Like I really like this cool 80s old school type of like break lead. Like it's really cool. I would say though, the thing about these type of sounds is that the music that that is iconic for this stuff was all made on analog gear, right? So if you really want to make this sound, like, yeah, you can make it and leave it like this. I'm assuming you made it digitally, or maybe with like an analog emulation. But to me, this sounds, the lead still sounds very digital. Like, it sounds very clean and very much the same. Like, you don't really hear any changes or imperfections in the lead, like, over time. So definitely automate it a little more. Use little bits of saturation and stuff. It doesn't even have to be like automated, like a literal automation clip, but just have, like, you have to fuck up or degrade the sound a little bit. Play with velocity more. If this is like made in Serum or a synth where you're able to link the velocity to different parameters, do that. So in Serum, it's like in the bottom right, but you can link the velocity to a bunch of different stuff. So, just changing based on the velocity, like the level of one of the oscillators, or like the fine tune, or how much noise there is, like all of that stuff as you add it together. If you do that over like 10 different parameters, just link to velocity, you can do so much other stuff, will make the synth feel more interesting, and it'll make in one hand, it'll take up more space, but it also means once it takes up more space, you're going to actually be able to fit it into the mix better, because it's going to find... it's not going to feel like you need to add more stuff and more stuff to fill up the track, because this element is more real, right? It's going to be taking up more space. It's going to require a little more attention. Your ears are going to be happier because it's like, oh, okay, there's like these little variations, and it just makes the whole thing more engaging. Like I said, you can do like little bits of saturation, use like those random LFOs to automate some of that stuff. Makes a big difference as you add it up. Me, Emon, and Paolo will blow your... Oh, did you send one? How was the Malta travel? It was really good. It was really nice to be home for a bit and just get some sun as well. Like, we had some sun kind of today, but in Germany, but it's like not the same. Whenever I go home, it's like, oh, beautiful. Anyway, next thing, the drop is really cool.
Let go.
Local drop is really nice. I kind of like this very full thing. Then you go to this more controlled drop. It's really cool. But play with the space more. So use reverb in your drop to have things sort of expand and contract. I think for this type of track, you want something that's kind of... Right now, everything is a little bit in your face. So use reverb to like open it up and then like slam it back down. Because right now it's just like a pattern, and I think you can, from a side perspective, you can like da na na da na na da na na, and then have it fold back down for the. Like, I just think that'll sound cooler if you play with the reverb more. The fake out here, personally don't like. You guys know I'm a bit of a fake out hater, but I don't think this fake out is... I understand why you're doing it, because you want to set up the cool new sound, but right now it's killing the energy in the middle of a track. Only for you to kind of already like pre-do it, right? Like, the thing with fake outs like this is like you're building, and then you just play the synth anyway without the drums. The whole point is like we're building tension, and then there's like a really clean point of release. But here you kind of rob yourself of that by doing it with the synth. If you were doing it with like a cool like drum fill, it would be more satisfying. I will say here the melody feels a bit random on that synth, but it's not bad. It just, I wonder if you could have like a little more of a understandable... Or not even understandable, but more immediately graspable melody in there. It'll make it catchier. When is your collab with Ren's coming out? Do Me Next. May 31st. Nice. Hell yeah. Nick Ben! No! Send it to me again. We'll do that after the KLB track. Well, if you send it to me now, it's like there's like only a couple of tracks in the queue anyway. Future Bounce ID, let's go. Super excited about this. One of my best melodies so far. Bassline kind of sounds like Taiga. It's a good thing. Again. Okay, this is cool. I think you're onto something. The bass line is nice. Definitely the highlight of that so far. The melody is also pretty good. Let's see if y'all in chat have thoughts on the melody, because I know there's a lot of melody goats in here. I think the lead sound is cool, but something about the track is just giving me this feeling like I'm missing... It's a bit too one-dimensional. It isn't even one-dimensional, it's two-dimensional, where you have like, cool, you have like the bass, and there's this movement, and The rhythm and the harmony is all working out well, but I'm missing that three-dimensionality that takes it from just being like a cool idea to feeling like, oh wow, this song is really sick. So I would say sort of leave the rest of these elements as they are and see how you can bring in more variation. Like, I do wonder if you can have some of these notes put onto other sounds, right? Like, I'm not saying you have to like A-B the lead sounds. We have like this part of the melody, and then it goes to a different lead, and then it goes back to the first lead, and then it goes back to the second lead. But like some of these notes, I feel like you can just take them away from the main melody, and it works. There's a couple of filler notes in here. Take those filler notes in the melody. Leave the most essential like notes that you can't do without in this main lead, and take all the rest of them and put them onto other things so that you get more three-dimensionality out of the track. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry, I'm talking fast today. I have no idea what's going on. I will try and slow down a bit so I don't sound like a runaway train. But that is my feedback. Let's see, Nickman, did you send me an updated link to this? No. Okay, let's just pop these tracks in here. Alright, next is Evan Scott, Top of the Mountain. Judging by this, we're in for something interesting. Soundtrack. Ooh. Okay, very different than what we normally get on stream. I like that. Compositionally, there's nothing for me to say here. Like, it's cool. I think, I'm not sure what exactly this is for, but fits the title. Vibe is good. I think my only real big piece of feedback is like the horns. They sound really clearly digital, and especially compared to what I'm guessing. I don't know if this is... I'm guessing you've at least played the notes of this piano. I'm not sure if it's a recording of a piano. This doesn't quite sound like that, but the playing of the piano is quite nice. But the horns and trumpet sound really... so you could try... I'm gonna throw in a muse core, so they will sound better. Okay. That's fair. Evan Scott collab when? Real. Alvin, wanna check the form? Well, if you sent a track, Alvin, it's not in the form. At least not right now. Let me check if it is now. Nope. You sent nothing. Yeah, I really don't have much more to say. Other than maybe like you could have more reverb if you wanted to. I think you have room to do like more space stuff and like little tiny elements in here or there that are very reverbed in the background, but depends on what you're going for. It's more of a like creative thing. ID remix. Hell yeah. Remix for a multi-first Vista contest. Honkai Star Rail content creation thingy. Alrighty, let's give it a listen.
We rise together as our destiny unfolds. We face the darkness and our trials are yet untold. Through the shadows of despair, oh, in silence hopes we share. Whoa, whoa, to chase our dreams that we declare. We pass through walls, yet fools blind our sights. Can't make what they say. We'll find our way. We'll find our way. And it's up. The wheels are spinning across the plains and valleys deep to dawn. The wheels that sing an unending dream. And it's up. The tracks are running across the plains where shadows hide. We run, we stride.
Ooh, nice. Ooh. Whoa.
In the face of fear and fight, and yeah, we hold our ground. Whoa, in life we stand and stride. Our victory is found. In the storms we weather through, and we hope in the light of truth. Whoa, whoa, to break free from chains and come anew. Heads up, the wheels are spinning across the plains and valleys deep to dawn. The wheels that sing an unending dream.
Ooh.
Heads up, the wheels are singing whispers and secrets they lead to home. We break free, we chased our dreams beneath the starry night. In the face of God, we rose as one. We chased our dreams beneath the starry night. In the
This
face
is cool. Yeah, this is what I would consider more of like my preferred style of progressive house. Not that I really listen to much progressive house, but I really like what you've done with this. It feels modern. It doesn't feel quite so repetitive. Overall, I'm gonna say like all of the content in here is already really good. I really like all of the melody's good. The sections are all really good. What I think you can most improve on is the transitions, because it feels like for the whole song we kind of have like this section, right? We have this section from here. This is probably the best like transition point, and then from here it's like, and then it's like, okay, and then this thing, we go from that section to we start the next thing. You're obviously still like building it up. It doesn't feel like too blocky, but it doesn't feel like you're setting up each section is setting up the movement from one section to another, other than like in the like half a second, like a half a bar before that, where you might have like a little drum fill. So I would say the best thing you can do to improve is just set up that transition to the next section much earlier. So try 2 bars or even 4 bars before that you start introducing a new element, or taking an element that's going to exist in the next part, filter it in, do some cool effect to it, or even just use unique effects for the end of that section to build up tension or bring down the tension, whatever you need to do to be like, okay, we're going in this direction, right? Something's changing, something is coming. Because right now it just feels like this happens, and then at some point the next thing happens, and then like it's still trackable, but I feel like if you just set up every transition more, you're gonna have, and also at those transition points have like these moments where something is happening. It's like, you know, we build up to a moment, and then we, you know, we're taking that change in energy and going to the next thing, and then, you know, even for the build up, you're like, okay, and then this moment is happening, and it's like, hey guys, we're going somewhere, right? We're going here. Here's like a little thing to anticipate it. I say this even though I'm absolutely not the best person for builds. I was trying to figure out a way to say, like, it's not that I'm not experienced with builds, but not my strong point. But I think in general this will help you to build everything up. Anyway, I'm hopefully what I want to say came through. Mix wise, I think here you can have on these choir thingies, put more highs on those vocals, because they are so far to the side. You can really afford to have more air on them, and it shouldn't compete too much with the lead, because the lead is actually pretty in the middle. Actually, no, it's the other way around. The vocal is kind of in the middle and the leads are more to the side. You can still afford to add more air to it. I don't think you're going to have a problem with them interfering. And then also in the drop, especially here, I felt like you have these like spaces here where like the melody ends and then there's just the bass, which is not a bad thing. But I think in those little spots where like the melody ends, you can have like a little, like a descending little melody that's like somewhere panned to the right or the left with a lot of reverb on it. It's just like, like, you know, a little tiny pluck or whatever. You know, add like crystallizer to it or something, just so that it's kind of like the sparkly extra thing that's filling up the space, and it'll make this track sound much deeper. And it'll make the main melody sound better, actually, because when you add those things that are giving depth without being layered on top of the main melody, it just makes it more exciting when the main melody comes back, because you're like, oh, we went to this thing and then we're coming back to this thing, right? You're like shifting a little bit of your attention, even if not consciously. Your subconscious will like shift that attention and hear this new thing, and then when you come back to the main melody, it's more exciting. Whew, I hope something in there is helpful. I can't help but feel like I'm rambling. Okay, Jaren coming in with the Slayer. Got board exams in a few weeks. I need the money. Alright, let's give this a listen.
In the back,
This is already like out, so I'm going to be quick with the feedback, but I do want to listen to it.
and in your rear view, hoping I can catch a glimpse of you. Hope you're looking right back at me too. Don't focus on the highway. I didn't know I could get so involved with a boy, feeling like my whole world is destroyed. Yeah, I really want you, don't play coy. Don't focus on the highway. I don't care if we drive off that cliff. I need you now, won't deny it. And if we roll
Okay.
In the back of your car, I'm staring in
Okay,
your
Guy Jaren, I see you.
I can catch a glimpse of you. Hope you're looking right back at me too. Don't focus on the highway. I didn't know I could get so involved with a boy. Feeling like my whole world is destroyed. Yeah, I really want you, don't play coy. Don't focus on the highway. I don't care if we drive off that cliff. I need you now, won't deny it. And if we roll into that edge, I keep my hands on you the whole time. I'm broken like you, it's apparent. I hope that you catch me staring. And as we're flying through the air, I keep my hands on you the whole time.
Nice snare at the end. That's so sick. That's really sick. That's really sick. I think there's only two things that I noticed I would have like really recommended you change. One is especially here when you have I can hear just barely these little like arps going on around in the background, but they're getting masked really hard by everything else going on. And so my recommendation for you would have been like, you kind of got to pick a lane for them. Either they're competing down the middle with the vocal, it's not the best idea, or you send them to the side, right? You send them into stereo so that the vocal has as much space as possible in the middle, right? You're making space for it, and then you can still hear the arps. They're just, going to be in the background. Obviously, if everything's, collapsed to mono, you're not going to notice that, but... Take tracks, so you've been working on something? You don't gotta apologize. Do you. Because like you have these do things also going around. But yeah, the harp is just struggling. It's just not coming through, which is unfortunate. The other thing is the basses in your drops. Unfortunately, these bum 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 are not coming across as loud. So I don't know if it's a compression thing, if you just didn't have enough time to tweak it to be like the same loudness. But these like these bum 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 are just not loud enough. They're just not at the same level of loudness as some of the other elements. So it hits hard, don't get me wrong, like the whole track is crazy, but it feels like if they're all gain stage to be more close to each other, you maintain the power level throughout the whole thing, and it just goes even crazier. This is something that you hear in earlier Guy Arthur tracks he struggled with as well, though, which is like the obvious reference for y'all who aren't familiar with Guy Arthur. This is definitely taking solid inspiration from him. So nothing to like feel bad about, right? Like you'll figure it out eventually. Like I said, it may also just be like a time thing where you don't have enough time, but chic. Mega collab, yeah! Alright, let's go. Oh, Botanica. Fuck yeah, time to eat some cheese. Those drums are coming through so clean. This waveform though. Nice ending. Really sick. It's giving Silken Wood vibes for sure, especially here when you bring in the. I don't remember what this sound or instrument is, but mostly here for me, it's like some of the transitions, especially important for Botanica. Mostly here, like you have this, but it still feels really sudden. So like I would build it up even twice as long as whatever that riser thingy is. Like you really want to set it up because you're having a huge shift in energy, and it doesn't quite yet feel set up. It doesn't feel justified. I think if you set it up more, it'll feel really satisfying though. Kind of like this, that it goes so suddenly as well, but here also I wonder if you could use the low end to build up, like have something really rumbly and low, just clue you in that it's like something is coming, but it's not going to be clear at all to you what it is. You just know that like, okay, the energy is like going up here, we're going somewhere, because I can look at the waveform and I know that it's coming, but like if I'm just listening with my eyes closed, I'm going to be like, huh. Yeah, there's really not much to say. It's really, really pretty. Really cool. Star. Hell yeah. Get out of my chat. What is this? No. This is too much brain rot. Will this guy ever respond? I don't know what guy. What guy are you talking about? But it's in the queue. I feel like the sound selection and like the whole overall like soundscape you have going on is cool, but the harmonics, like the harmony here is just unreadable and really random, and also at times goes like into different keys or scales, like, you know, it just doesn't really make sense. So cool, but work on the harmony. Like you have to pick a direction, like, because like you're going kind of dark here and then it goes future bassy, more melodic, and then here we're like nothing is making sense. I sent it again. Yeah. You all know I'm a big fan of JS. Why else sending me shit that's already released? This is not like a reaction stream, guys. I will listen to like the first half of this, but yeah. This is cool. I mean, also like the leads here could be like more loud and compressed and stuff, if that's what you're going for. If you want to go for like the really indie, everything is not quite done properly vibe, then that you can leave it like this as well. Footer bounce. Let's take a listen.
Walking the streets with our eyes half closed. Oh, thinking I knew there was all to know. Oh, and now I'm seeing things I never seen before. No, feeling all these feelings, I'm ready for more. And now I'm seeing things I've never seen before. No, feeling all these feelings, I'm ready for more. It's like I open my eyes for the first time. Ooh, it's like I open my eyes for the first time.
Ooh. Oh, you need feedback for the future? I mean, the breaks need like more depth in my opinion.
All to know. Oh,
I like when you're doing the vocal that has like delay and stuff on it. That's cool.
and now I'm seeing things I never seen before. No, feeling all these feelings, I'm ready for more. And now I'm seeing things.
But like there's nothing happening in the stereo field. Like there's no movement at all in the stereo realm for this break, and you can use that like having, again, like stuff, either stuff that's already there moving around, but in this case you just need to add stuff that's occupying space in stereo to accompany this, because you have such like just the chords play and then the vocals happening. It feels two-dimensional, because cool, vocal harmonizing with chords, great, but then there's nothing else other than the snap.
Never seen before, no, feeling all these feelings, I'm ready for.
And it would be different if the chords had a rhythm, because then it would be, again, taking up more space. You'd still need stuff to go in between it, but like because they're so sustained, you're leaving a lot of space open that you can do stuff with. So yeah, right now the breaks feel a bit, yeah, empty. Not even empty, but just not engaging.
It's a change of
I like the synths you're using though. It's quite good.
now I'm seeing things I've never seen before.
Here as well, it's just variation.
Feeling all these.
Your drop is really good though. I do quite like it. It takes me back to like some of the like older JS car stuff. Not like his really old stuff, but the stuff that's sort of in between his old sound and his new sound. The thing is, you let the bass continue going here, which sounds good, but then it doesn't. It feels like you're doing this like fake out moment thing, but it doesn't really lead to anything. It just kind of keeps going. So it'd be cool if there was like an interesting sound or moment here that's like, wow, okay, now we go into the rest of the thing. Ariana Grande Problem Entropy remix, Hybrid House. Oh shit! All right, let me just make sure we have all the submissions. Otherwise, okay, cool. All right, let's take a listen.
Hey baby, even though I hate you, I wanna love ya. I want you. And even though I can't forget ya, I really want ya. I want you. Tell me, baby, why can't you leave me? 'Cause even though I should've wanted, I gotta have it. I want you. Head in the clouds, got no weight on my shoulders. Hands should be waist,
Copyright striked. Okay, goddamn. That's cool. I can see why you guys called it Hybrid House, because it does feel like you guys are just flexing every single really cool future bounce sound you know how to make. Not there's so much variation. Yeah, in my opinion, it's too much variation, but like, I think as a concept and as a remix, it's really cool. This is one of those things where, like, for people who, like, know all of these sounds, it's really cool. Like, I know basically where all of these sounds are popular, like, what songs these are inspired by. It's really cool. It does feel a little bit like, it's like, okay, we're Future Bounce producers, but what if we were Asunder? What would we do, right? Like, that's, which I like. So part of me for calling you guys Future Bounce producers is just what you guys are most known for. I like that you're also using the original melodies from the track to make it a little easier to get into. I think it's really smart. Here especially, you go to this like retro future chordy, and then you immediately switch after that, and it's like we've had 4 different switch ups every bar, like for 4 bars in a row, and it's like it's a lot. The dirty palm bass though. But this is cool. I really want to see you guys finish this. Breakbeat thing? I don't know. I like breakbeats. Alright. Every bar there must be a new switch up. Ooh, damn. That's hard. out. Okay. Sorry, I'm just writing all these notes. I can read that hopefully later. What else? Oh man, there was something Oh yes. Okay. Cool. I actually think this is one of the best tracks you sent. Like already from the beginning, I can tell that you're like really trying to break into like a little bit new territory, and it's working out. It feels very engaging. And now the breakbeat is good. I think you can still change this because it does feel a bit random, but you could leave this as is. Like it's so cool. I think because it's so central and everything else is built around it, you're giving yourself enough space for this kind of more complex pattern, so that works out in your favor. I will say this thing is probably the thing I like the least, because it feels like harmonically the chords are very dissonant, and the progression doesn't really accommodate for that. So it just feels a bit like it's in contrast with the vibe of everything else. Not entirely, like it's not like it doesn't feel completely random, but I think you can just improve the chords a little bit and get something that feels a lot more like a progression that works with everything else you have in here, because everything else I actually like. The bass especially is really nice. I don't know what it is. I don't know how, but you just have like a video game sound. Like all of your tracks sound like they would just work perfectly for video games. Like I can totally imagine myself doing like a platformer or something and listening to this in the background. It'd be really cool. Someone is grilling outside and it's making me hungry. Help. Send help. Alright, let me try and focus. This sound, by the way, sick. I even like how it transitions, because it kind of drops out into a completely new sound that feels like it belongs in the track. The cymbal really seals it. For this iteration of the bass line, though, I would make the notes of the bass you can leave them in the same place, but make them shorter so that it's like dum, do 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 do, and like, because right now it's do 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 do, and you need something that's a bit like dum 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 dum, you know, pluckier. It's going to give you more groove, which I think will be a really cool switch up. I had another track I sent earlier. I don't know if you received it. You didn't send me a working link, so I couldn't listen to it. You could even try switching this like to a different bass, but I think if you just like copy the bass and then for this part just make it shorter, I think it'll work. You may find that you make the bass pluckier and it's like dong, like this dong dong sound, and then you might need a couple of extra notes to make it really fit and be groovy. But Future Rave, let's take a listen. My bad, y'all. I forgot. I'm washing my clothes. Let me just hello everyone. Pardon the intrusion. I'm using my phone as my camera because my webcam is broken and I don't feel like spending money on a new one. So that explains that. Moving on, back to this. Big room. This riser, bro, nah. Whoa. Ooh. That's sick. That's cool. I will say, right off the bat, this is like really old school style. So like it's future rave kind of, but it does sound a lot like 2015 big room Maurice West type of stuff. It's not a bad thing, but I will tell you it's kind of hard to engage with this type of stuff anymore because it just feels really outdated. Especially when you're reusing the same sounds. Like this riser here is like I've heard this in like 30 tracks, you know. What feels like, you know, I mean, it's literally almost a decade ago. Ooh, I'm getting old. You know, there's like, can't send a track? Why not? Send a track or I'll just like kill your whole family. Computer is broke. That sucks. You should make a track in BandLab in 5 minutes on your phone and send it. Other than that, I think the biggest piece of feedback is like the lead feels like it's in my brain, which can be a cool effect, but for this track it comes very much out of nowhere and feels mix wise like it's not in the same space as everything, in the same space with all of the other elements. Like it's in my brain right now. It feels like it's inside of my ears and everything else isn't. So I would see if you can mess around with like the stereo and maybe like give it just a little bit of reverb so it feels like it's not piercing my brain. My DS. Okay, bye. This stream is useless. What if you're useless, huh? What if the stream is actually the friends we made along the way? Anyway. Otherwise, like, this is, for a big room, a decently clean production. I'd see if you can bring in, like, more melodic elements here. Like, more melodic cues of what's coming. Norco type beat thing? Let me see. Are there any other things before I do the doubles? Any new submissions? DMH sent something? Let's go. And Nick Bin sent another thing. Alright. And then this makes me so happy. Road to Sanctuary release. What is this? Bro, nah. Why are you struggling so hard, my dude? It can't be that the road is this painful. Alrighty, let's take a listen. crazy melody. Key change. I kind of rate this one actually. They suck. Okay, you're getting. This is a good step. This is a good step on the road. I wonder, like, let me know in chat. Are you still producing on FL Mobile? You still producing on mobile? I don't know if you were using FL Mobile or something else, but like, if you are, kudos. I think the biggest thing that's gonna be like that you need to do before we can like do a release with you is like the breaks need more movement. They need to feel dynamic and engaging, because right now they feel like you've sketched out an idea for a break, but you haven't really made the break yet. The drops feel developed, like I can tell you spent a lot of time and attention on getting them to where they are, getting the melody right, but the breaks still feel like there's not much here, right? There's a need for extra instruments in your breaks, for sure. And also, like, not only instruments, but instruments that are adding melodies to this, right? Because you have chords. You might even be able to do, like, some more rhythm in the chords. But you need, like, a really good example is, like, a guitar melody. Just doing, like, a really short, not even short maybe, but, like, a simple pattern that's going to layer on top of everything else that you have going on in here and just make it deeper, make it more interesting. Yeah, that's crazy. I would try switching from the cinematic drums to something else, because right now they're very far in the background and they don't really feel like they're adding what you need. I could get why you've used them, but I think it will be very difficult to get what you want with this sound, like these drum sounds. Let's see. I do like the cool. I wonder if also like part of it is just like there's no bass in the breaks. There's no bass at all. And that might be what's making me feel like they're empty. Because they're not empty. Like the more I listen, the more I'm like, oh, there's stuff in here. But the lack of bass is probably a big element of that. Hopefully that helps. Other than that, like in your drops, I think you could use more mid bass, like more of that harmonic bass to it. It may just be like the mix of things that just needs a little bit of work. But it's kind of sick. I'm starting to see why you put this picture here. Hell yeah. Alright. Norco type beat. Let's take a listen.
Felt this feeling
feeling inside.
I need to sneeze.
Broken
I have
into
cheese in my
pieces
mouth.
like a fragment. Only in a matrix simulation. Only do what I'm told, then to face it. But I realized that I was so blind to everything inside. Repeating every time on replay. I spent a life full of lies. What a waste of time and unpleasant surprise. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. I don't know what's real anymore, it's all fake. Living in this hell.
Okay.
Living in this hell. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. Oh, there's nothing else that matters anymore. Living in this hell. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. Oh, there's nothing else that matters anymore. Living in this hell.
Transitions. This drum percussion pattern is so cool.
I spent a life full of lies. What a waste of time and unpleasant surprise. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. I don't know what's real anymore, it's all fake. Living in this hell. Living in this hell. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. Oh, there's nothing else that matters anymore. Living in this hell. Living in this hell. Burning up in flames till nothing else remains. Oh, there's nothing else that matters anymore. Living in this hell.
Hell yeah. Okay. Two things. One, I think here, before I forget, you could do a really interesting like da na 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 like this.
This hell.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du. And then like let it ring out for the end of that like melody note, and then du-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like I just think something like that could sound really cool. Give it like a little bit of energy, and you can still go back to this.
In this hell.
Also here, I think you should just add some kind of drums or snares or something that's building up during this fake out, because these are the type of fake outs that to me are like, when I listen to these, I feel bored. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, we're filtering the sound. Like, I'm not trying to rip on people for doing that, but there's just more you can do with a fake out than just filter it. Sometimes a filter is all you need. But in my opinion, you can make it such a memorable thing and really exciting if you're willing to add stuff to it and make it, like, you have to build it into a real moment. Sometimes the moment is already there, and like I said, you just need to filter it. You know, there are tracks like that I love that are just like hee filter automation, but in this case I think you can do more. There are so many more tracks that I love that really, when they have a fake out, they work on it. They really build it out, make it a moment. instead of just like doing a quick fake out with a filter. Anyhow, super cool. Really like that. Hope the feedback helps. Oh, by the way, the vocoder effect, make it stronger, make it more obvious, because it feels like you're kind of hiding it in there. Commit to the vocoder effect. I don't know if you've used spectral compressor, but I found that using it on vocals really works to make like I would combine it with a vocoder like layer to the vocal, but if you use spectral compressor, you can get some really cool extra vocal layers that just have like you get that like spectral morphing effect when you sidechain inputs into it, like into the vocal channel. You can get really cool stuff out of it. I think AU5 has a really good tutorial on it. That's like he has a video where he goes through spectral compressor, which is where I got like the idea to do it on vocals. Anyhow, I think this is the last track, unless we have something else in here that I missed. Oh, there's another one. I will do this last one as well. Cool.
A terrible fate. You're at the hand of a psychotic ringmaster. Good thing it's all a dream, or you'd be stuck forever. Relax and listen to the ringmaster's endeavor. This isn't where I belong.
Ooh.
I'm getting sick of these sleepless nights and never being alone. I just wanna go home. I don't know what I did wrong. I really wanna go home. Maybe that's the song. Trying to avoid it, I can't go into the void. I gotta deal with the misery and the exit to mystery. What's the history? The who and what and when, my how. Got me sitting in the dumps looking up at the clouds. Clowns will go and sing in the game. Is the game singing day after day with no reason.
This chord progression works well.
You should just give up your hope. I'm not joking. You'll never get out of here.
Whoa. The vocal effects are cool.
All alone.
Damn.
Yes, you took the wrong turn. You wouldn't listen, and now you've gone missing. Not that I even care. Home, this isn't where I belong. I'm getting sick of these sleepless nights and never being alone. I just wanna go home. I don't know what I did wrong. I really wanna go home. Maybe that's the
That's cool. I really like the idea you're going for. I think the execution still has a ways to go. I think two things. The chords, like the chords here. It feels like EQ wise they're competing a bit with the vocals. Yeah, like the vocals are definitely loud enough, but it feels like they're being masked. Like the vocals are being masked a little bit, so it feels a bit awkward in the mix. Drop wise, I actually really like what you're going for here. I think it's a cool sound, but the drums are not coming through enough, so the power is missing. So it's sort of twofold. One, mostly like the kick is just not coming through, so it feels like it's just getting buried, and you're not getting that punch from the kick. It's just like you can hear that there's a kick there. It may just also be the kick sample, but it definitely should come harder. Someone's gonna cut that out of context, aren't they? Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, definitely try changing the kick, or if there's not enough sidechain on it, just add more sidechain. With the vocals as well. Like the vocals should be sidechained to this kick. At least a little bit. You don't have to go like crazy with it, but thanks, it was a loop. Like the kick, like the
Trying to avoid it, I can go into the void. I gotta deal with the misery and that exit the mystery. What's the history?
yeah, and then the other thing is like the bass is cool. It feels like it's missing some low end. Like I'm missing the sub bass. It's like boom, the really deep stuff on the bass to add that like power. And I think that's all I gotta say to it. But cool. It's a cool idea for sure. All right, last track. I used the sub bass. You might just need to make it louder. Sometimes as well with sub bass, you may just need to add a little bit of saturation / distortion to give. If you look in the EQ, you'll see that it's probably just, unless you're using a saw wave for the sub, it's going to be, which doesn't sound like you are. If you're using just a sine wave, it's only going to be like this one harmonic. And what you want is for there to be like a little bit of sub bass as well in those upper harmonics, at like 100, 200. Use distortion in serum effects. Okay, that may just not be loud enough then if you added a little bit of distortion. But the purpose of adding the higher harmonics is so that it comes through. And when you increase the level or the amount of upper harmonics, it makes the fundamental of the sound louder. It makes it appear louder to our ears. So you don't actually add more sub bass, but it feels like you're adding more sub bass. All right, let's take a listen. Nice.
Don't get in your feelings over nothing, 'cause you know I miss you too. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't overthink, you never lost it, no matter what we go through. I'll say.
You're gonna like my song? Hayes, I think we already listened to yours. You can go back and look for my feedback.
Don't get in your feelings over nothing, 'cause you know I miss you too. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Don't overthink, you never lost it, no matter what we go through. I'll say.
I definitely like the sound you're going for here. This sounds more newer and modern. You also posted an hour ago, so it kind of makes sense. I think overall with this, the arrangement is a bit long. So I don't think the track needs to be as long, or it needs to do more stuff in that time. Mainly like here, for example, there's really not much going on here. It sounds a bit like the extended mix rather than the main song. I think you should use the vocal here earlier, because here it's very filtered and like in the background, and it doesn't feel obvious that there's like a vocal coming in, so it feels like a bit of surprise when here. It's like, whoa, there was a vocal? Like, now that I'm listening for it, I can hear it, but I think you can make it a bit more obvious. And maybe only use like a couple words, right? So like, don't get it, and then have it, you know, add some like delay and reverb. So it's like, okay, we're not giving away the whole vocal, but we're still building up this vocal a little bit, being like, okay, it's like a part of the song. Can help you engage the listener a bit earlier. Because yeah, this feels a bit like an extended intro or something. Like, this is cool. I think your sound selection and everything is quite cool as well. I think your kick needs an extra top kick on top of it, because this feels like it's not punching through enough. Like it's got the thump, the kick is right. It's just missing that transient. Especially because you have so much high-end content. Meaning like the amount of high-end in your track is quite high. You really do need that kick to match that, and have a punchier transient. I also think you don't need the fake out here. And if you are going to do a fake out, it should be shorter. But in my opinion, you can just not have it at all. Like, I don't think it's adding much. And it just kind of like interrupts the flow, because you're like, okay, cool, we're ready for the drop. But you guys know me, I'm the number one. Yes, and it is an extended mix. Alright, I'll add an extra top kick. Okay, well, if it's an extended mix, that makes a bit more sense. Why it's so... But here it shouldn't be an extended mix. Here it should be the song. But, cool. Cool. I will do one last double check. We gotta listen to this one. Oh, it's posted as well. Hell yeah. My browser's bugging out. Also, what's up with the blue SoundCloud, huh? Who told them they could do this? Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft available now. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, let's take a listen to this. Botanica? Hell yeah, great way to end the stream. Please text. How much painfully lowered the message? What is this? Ah, demos. Interesting. Cool. I really like this. Super cool. Super, super cool. Billie Eilish is promoting her new album on SoundCloud? On SoundCloud? Oh my god, you might be right. What? On SoundCloud? That's crazy. What base of her audience is on SoundCloud? What's her most popular track? This checks out though. This is like 8 years ago when SoundCloud was actually good. This track is a banger. Anyway, interesting that they're doing that together, I guess. I think the talk of the town is not even that Billie Eilish is promoting, it's just that SoundCloud is blue. It's like, oh. Alright. We do be ending the stream now. Thank you all so much for coming, being here, sending in your tracks for feedback. I hope you got something out of my ramblings. Yeah. I see chats, but I don't see chats. 1 second. It's kind of cringe. That's why the drowning logo. Now I get it. Love the stream. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you did. Yeah. Like, in many ways, like, I do see, for the people who come back, they improve a lot. It's obviously not just because of me, but, like, it's nice to see people improve, and I do hope that, like, the feedback is helpful. Hope to see you on the next stream. Me too. Yeah, I'm planning out the next Sanctuary session. I wanted it to already be, like, out so that we could have one out, like, every month, but life got in my way, and so now I am a bit behind on it, but yeah, hopefully you'll hear at least something about it next week, and yeah, I'll see you guys again next Saturday. Goodbye everybody.